Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. No kidding, we're at that same resistance. Very interesting. Welcome, viewer. Viewer 1. What setups are you looking for? Oh, a new guy. Cool. Yeah, dude. So I trade very simple approach. Like very. A couple main plays I trade, which is the 5-minute opening range breakout. So, after the 5 minutes, you can see these lines have been made. So the first 5-minute candle, when price opens and closes outside of it, minus if there's a horrible looking candle, like, I don't know, say this was your long candle with a big top wick with selling pressure, we wouldn't take that. But it averages is about 60% win rate, 1 to 1 R, which is 4% a month. So that is one of the main plays. The second one is tweezers. We really enjoy tweezers. So we had a killer one the other day. I can show you. This is the one we took. Where's the one I took on Friday? Or was it Thursday? Let's give you a perfect example. I can't tell you, but partly because my brain's half fried at this time in the morning. But just like tweezers, like this is kind of the one right here, but this is not the time of day we trade. We just need 2 wicks on the 5-minute, which is essentially a double top or double bottom on a 1 minute, right? You'll see them everywhere. You'll see clusters of wicks, and the requirements would be, if we're going short, the second candle has to be red. Okay, generally I don't like when price breaks the high of the other one or breaks the low of the other one. Today it didn't matter at all on these ones. It just kept going. But any pairs of tweezers, any pair of wicks on the 5 minutes seem to do really well, and I've done a lot of testing on it on FX Replay and XL. You'll just see them all the time. These little arrows are the kind of like an indicator for it. It just helps point them out to me, right? This is nice, but that one failed. But again, I only take them during the open, so I couldn't actually tell you how well it works other times. I love it. I also use, oh nice bro, yeah, that 15-minute one is popular. Yeah, I've been at this game, I don't know about you, but I've been at it 12 years and I've soaked up a lot of different info, and I've seen the ICT, the SMT, there's so much out there. I just found I traded best when it's really simple. And I'm never going to have the craziest rockstar results. But if I stay legit, works good enough. This was yesterday's trade, made a win, it was cool. So yesterday was choppy, so choppy. We're just hanging out. I only trade the US30, and we're waiting. I'm getting nothing. And then this candle here, this one spoke to me because there's all this resistance up here, but I didn't want to take the first couple ones. It's just too choppy. But when I saw it for like the 5th candle that decided to reject this area, I said, let's go. And it worked. I never know if it's gonna work, but I also like the anchored VWAP from 630. That's this one down here. Sometimes I'll leave it on because if I see price reacting to it this morning, which I'm not saying it is, it pushed all the way through, but this is yesterday's open anchored VWAP from 630. Normally I don't reference it, but if I see price, like if this current candle reacted to it, it would be something I'm thinking about. Once it's kind of blown through it, I just get rid of it. Yesterday's anchored VWAP. Yeah, we just get rid of it. Too many lines. I don't normally even have this many lines. However, on the 1 hour chart yesterday, I just couldn't help see. Oh, interesting. So this was the resistance yesterday I was looking at. This was what was happening on the 1 hour. And I thought, oh my gosh, I gotta take note of all those wicks. Now that it's kind of all pushed through, yeah, I know, maybe we just do. This is more of a zone now. Just this cluster of wicks I like to take note. I mean, how big do you make it, right? Because if I make it too big, then the whole thing's just a big resistance zone. But I'm on the 5-minute chart. I love wick candles. You'll learn that about me. I like wicks. That's selling pressure. And, right, if we were like, you can draw the zone anywhere and make it, oh, wow, look, it's bouncing off the zone. But, like, I guess this is a range. Where do you draw the level, right? So, I haven't opened myself up to be allowed to take a trade like this. But I love the way that, if that candle were to close like that, ooh, I love it. I want to take a trade like that. But I have to stay to what I'd have to do to add this to my playbook is go back test it and say, okay, price is faking out currently to break out of the 5-minute range. It's hitting a zone. What's the win rate on that? I don't need much from it, right? Like, this is why I don't look at crazy long-term trends. And of course, now the candle looks horrible. So you have to wait till the close. But back where it was, I don't even need it to break the other side. Like, a 1-to-1 happens so quick. Now it's so funny how the candle's got to close, because if this candle closes strong, like in the last 1 minute, it can just violently change. If it closes up strong, has just a nice healthy bottom wick, but stayed outside the range, that'd be my opening range breakout. I like wicks too, as long as they're point of controls nearby. Yeah, I tried to mess around with the point of control stuff and the volume profile stuff. Again, I just wasn't. I have to define an edge around it first. Otherwise, I get too much information. Also, I currently only take one trade, which is not really ideal for streaming, because people like to stay on the stream and see the stream. But once I take my one shot, I'm out. I can stay on the stream and like answer questions, but I close down the trading platform. What's your strategy? Well, if you were here 10 minutes ago, just kidding, bro. I'll keep it super simple. When price on the 5-minute candle on the US30, I cannot vouch for any other time frame. Or what's your risk management? Questions. which are great. Okay, let me answer Vic. So yeah, dude, opening range breakout, 5-minute candle, US30. That's all I've back tested. Back tested a little bit of NAS, but I got better results on US30. Okay, 5-minute candle opens and closes outside the 5-minute range. And then the few nuances are, it has to be the color you want. So if price comes out here, it has a green candle that opens and closes outside the range, I don't go short. It has to be red, and it can't have an ugly wick. So the good example is here. Let's say this green candle was our signal candle that opened and closed outside. We don't take it long. If we have this huge top wick with selling pressure, we don't take it. So it's super simple. You could probably program it to an algorithm. You just have to teach the algorithm that we don't take ones with, let's say, a wick. If you're going short, you can't have a huge wick on the bottom showing buying pressure. Okay, the second one, my friend, is tweezers. I just call them tweezers. Also, I've called things like triple tweezers, which can be a cluster of wicks. And like you saw them here yesterday, we took a nice win. It was really choppy, but we started seeing these wicks, right? Like just pushing off. If you went on the 1 hour chart, you saw lots of, I don't usually look at higher time frame too much because I think you're adding a lot of layers that can stress me out. But once I saw this candle here, right there, when I saw this red one hit this rejection so many times, I said, let's go. And just took a 1-to-1. You could have got a 4 hour, but I don't trade 4 hour. Sounds like you know your stuff. Risk management. I do 1% risk, 1 trade a day. I like to move stop loss with EMA and add to my position. Dude, that's incredible. So I found that this guy, and I truly mean that because everyone's different, it does the best when I set and forget. When I place the trade, I'm just showing that we talked about this, but I didn't jump in because it's just not, I don't want to like act like I called it. I didn't. I just took note of this candle that rejected this area, but I didn't like the bottom wick. And that's not technically in my playbook. If I take that, I just start taking everything. Yeah, so, but my brother-in-law, he trades similar to me, and he does manage the trade, and he does okay. I just, if I'm being fully transparent to you guys, I find the gambling aspect of trading, like, it can be an issue. Like, so anyways, I find if you go through a bad season of either losses or just a bad season in your life, it's really easy to start doing some funny business, doubling up the risk, taking 2 or 3 trades when you said you take 1, moving a stop, canceling a stop. Like, these are still temptations, and I think there's something to be said that every single day you step in front of this chart. Sorry, dude. Every time you step in front of the chart, you can blow up your entire trading progress in 1 trade. And so I like to set, forget, move on with my day, and I get to experience the loss when I'm not even in front of the screen. Okay, Mr. Tweezer, man. So mainly on the 5-minute candle, I just want 2 wicks, generally side by side, touching close to the same point. It does not have to be the same. And then I need the second candle to be in my favor for color. Okay, if we want to use some examples, again, generally I don't like the second candle to break the high of the last one, but I'm just showing you what I'm talking about. So every time I circle one, see if you could have got a 1-to-1. The answer is yes. This would be a horrible looking one, but I'm just pointing them out. Okay, same thing. This one broke technically all of these won, but they're not beautiful looking. Okay, even that one I think barely got you a 1-to-1 or gave you a 0.99R. These wicks on the 5-minute. Remember, this is a double bottom on the 1 minute. Hold on, I gotta make sure. Let me do another one in real time. Make sure we're not missing a trade. Okay. Yes. Oh, freaking A. How do I go back to the pointer? What the? This is just do this and go like that. Okay. You know, yesterday I just called them wick clusters. There's actually lots of times you could have got in, but I just didn't like the choppiness. This was the one that gave me confidence. It just chopping, it's chopping, it's chopping. I don't get to call as a tweezer. This was a little bit of an intuition trade that just saying it rejected so many times. We can call that a cluster of tweezers, wicks. I'd like to find you a clean tweezer though. I mean, here's another example of a cluster. Okay, so you could have got in here, this pair here, but you would have just barely got stopped out, depending where you put your stop. If you gave your stop a little bit of room under the low, just a little bit, you would have stayed in. If you didn't get in there and you got this third test, but you see, man, your eyes will start to pick up things on the wicks up here, right? Okay, so you might say, well, what about this one? But that's a super skinny body, so you might decide, I don't take these doji skinny bodies. Like, clearly there's indecision. All we need is a 1-to-1. That's the thing. I don't need it to do a huge, crazy move. So that's why I don't have to look into, like, market structure break, is an FEG in the way, what's the 200 EMA doing, all of that can be good stuff. I've just found a way to build a system that is working well enough for me. Yeah, thanks, man. Works well enough. And I already know it's not at all going to be the best strategy. So there's look at these. They're lining up here. So I'll take this little thing off. You see those wicks? However, this comes the however. It's in the middle of the 5-minute range. It's not ideal. We'll see how this closes. Yeah, not jacked about it. Unfortunately, this becomes the hard part about trading. When you're backtesting, I would backtest this. I will add this to the list. So whether it wins or loses, this is a signal. If the candle closes like this, there's a lot of time on this candle left. I wonder what news is. News is another thing I don't take massive consideration into. I've done the back testing. You skip some, and you'll skip some winners, you'll skip some losers. If you avoid news. Yeah, there's no news. I hope the candle closes like this because I don't want to take this. You don't have to take it. It's just all of my signals have roughly 60% win rate, and who cares which one you take? It's just a numbers game, right? Nothing would give me more joy than if price pushed up and gave me another wick up there. Ooh. Thanks for the participation, though. It's nice to have questions, and when we're live streaming, like, patience and waiting is a big part of trading. What else are you gonna do? So, B4ZZ0X. I wonder if this guy's still here. I was just looking at your last comment. I'd like to move SL with EMA and add to my position, which I found has brought me success. Yeah. What about you, Vic? What are you trading these days if you're still here? What do you, what's your strategy, kind of? What do you do? Are you new? Have you been around forever? Are you seeing success? If not, why do you think that is? I like to explore these things. I know why I wasn't experiencing success. Couldn't handle losers. Period. I could sometimes, but then I'd go on these streaks where I just like turned into like a wild gambler that just kept blowing prop from accounts, and yeah man. Oh, see again, that's another beautiful candle, but not there. It's in the weeds right now. Need that up here or down here. But if I got two of them that look like that, even in this current position, whew. Good song. Trade mainly NAS. Support and resistance. So if there's one thing that's on my list, but you need time to backtest this. You can't just take people's word for it. Is, let's say I look at tweezers, but I only take them at a defined level. What does that look like? But here's the thing I've concluded. This is an interesting conclusion. I could be wrong. If price has stopped somewhere and it produces a set of tweezers, there is some level of support. Maybe I can't see it. Maybe it's a fib level. Maybe it's a moving average level. Maybe it's an actual level on the chart. Maybe it's further back on the chart and I can't even see it. Maybe there's just a whale stepping in. But if the candles show me tweezers or so, there is a level. I just might not be able to see it. So there's an interesting thought of like, do I need to find the levels if candles are showing me there is a level? Anyways, I'm not saying that's right. It's just going through my head. Okay. I will look over your videos after the stream. I really like your simple, disciplined approach. Thank you, kind sir. Have you got a Discord community too? You know I don't. That would be the dream one day. I've only been on YouTube since the beginning of January. After watching thousands and thousands of hours of YouTube content of others over the last 12 years, I decided I'm going to make my own. I like to talk a lot, and I've soaked up a lot of knowledge, and my desire is to be a very authentic trader. And I just mean like, till the day this channel dies, you will never ever hear me or show me or see whatever me posting fake crap. Okay, you just won't. So I'm hoping I keep building my skills, and I'm still working on parts of my strategy. I am, but I got to a place where I'm like, oh, I'm no longer blowing accounts. Oh, I've had a few payouts. Oh, I'm getting a little bit consistent. Like, I'm happy where I am, and I'm gonna keep working on it. And I feel like my message needs to be heard in trading about keeping things really simple and potentially taking one trade a day. Raja Banks would talk about that. It's not a new concept, but yeah, some streams are a little more hypey. I've clicked on a few and they're like, it's like we're at a football game, which again is exciting and fun, but I want to push against that. Actually, I think trading should be a little bit boring. I shut down my trade when I place it. I don't want to watch it. I want to watch it, but I don't want to watch it. I want to be able to trade. So if you guys saw my last videos, like the last month or so, I've taken out $1,000 on a 6K account. It's about 17%. I did the math, and I calculate the numbers to go, holy crap, if I opened up the 200K with this prop firm, that would have been $33,000. But how are you going to do that if I'm like scalping and managing the trade and taking multiple trades and I'm watching the P&L go up 2,000 up and down each trade? That's going to be tough. So I kind of feel like taking my one trade a day, 1% risk, like just almost like I'm a algorithm, like a programmed trading bot, sets me up to be able to scale up to big numbers. Can you imagine if I was able to post that on the videos and show those payouts? That'd be awesome. Doing the same thing. So that was a long question. Answer to no, I don't have a Discord, but I'd love to one day. I don't know. I guess I could, but this is a whole other layer to manage. I don't know anything about them. Like, I've been in Discords. I just don't know do they help run themselves or do I have to manage a lot of stuff. So I'm just taking note. I'm not gonna say this is like clean, but that's a triple. Let's see on the 1 minute what that looks like right now. This is not a signal. I just take a note. Yeah, like it's a small little level, right? And I've messed around on the 1 minute too. Like there are things on the 1 minute. Look at this fat engulf that worked on this zone. But the 1 minute also has a lot of chop. It's got a lot of chop. Look at these triple, actually. Give me a second. Probably not, but I just want to see how this closes. Nope, I'm not taking it, but let's just see if this would play out. Triple wick on the 1 minute. Don't take this, please. No one. As the stream is like just a little bit growing, I feel like I have to be careful. No one like takes these things I'm saying. But if this created a 5 minute tweezer, then heck yeah. Oh, I'm really tempted, boys. There's intuition, and then there's my playbook. I like that it's rejecting this 5 minute area. This gave me, this 1 minute candle close is decent. Yeah. If this loses, it's okay. This is awesome. That's a nice little... Do I primarily trade on the 1? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. 455. This is going to be hard for me not to watch because I just want to know if this... I want to know if this 1 minute play works. But look at this. I love that. Now, if this was on the 5 minute, I mean, I'd be like just laughing. Oh, I want to watch it. I'm not supposed to watch it. I tend to stay away from... Yeah. Yeah, you're right, dude. I might be just going against my system right now. But the problem is, part of those payouts I had were on trades like this, like intuition. I shouldn't call it that. You know what I should do? Is backtest. Okay, Doug, if you have 3 wicks you love, and then I got this 4th bonus on a zone area, you're allowed to take it on the 1 minute. I don't know. Just add it to the playbook, and then you're no longer breaking your rules, but... we'll see. We will see. And truly, I'm trying to stop watching trades, but I think there's a key secret sauce there to not watch your trades. I don't want fear, anxiety, emotions, doubt, all of this stuff that's creeping in, and then euphoria, excitement, dopamine. I think that's bad for trading. You know what's also bad is this little wicks it created here for our position. But you know what? I have full confidence in myself right now that I'm not gonna do anything funny. This is gonna win or lose. And I'm done for the day. We can talk or hang out on the stream, but there'll be no more trades. No need to. 1 trade a day, 1% risk. The account will go up or down 1%. And on average, now this is where if you were managing the trade, that's not a beautiful looking set of candles in the favor we want to go. It's not ideal. See how the 5 minute closes. I would love for this, if this thing pushed down just a little bit further, this is now a 5 minute tweezer signal for me. I mean, no, technically it's a tweezer signal no matter what. I just don't like the bottom wicks on there. We'll see, man. Again, especially if you're new and just jumped on, I will not be the channel for like sniper entries. I'm just not there. In order to get sniper entries, I think you need to have a lot of layers to your strategy, which is totally fine. Now, if this closes green, sorry, now this would be a invalid signal on the 5 minute for us, so that's not ideal for the position we've taken. But I don't manage. I don't cancel them. I don't like that feeling of canceling a trade and then it became a winner. Or it's funny, every single person's brain is wired differently. And I have found through trial and error, I work the best when I set and forget. That's it, man. Set and forget. It's probably a healthy exercise to watch the trade, but I shouldn't be doing this. You know what? If there's nobody on the stream, that's when I do shut it down, because I'm like, I don't even need to let it keep running. This is where probably a lot would go break even. I don't know. I just don't. It's just not my style. I'm sure. You know, I've actually done some strategies where I backtested it. And here's the reality of the backtesting. Going to break even ruined a handful of winners. So when your account should have gone up 1%, it was break even. And then going break even saved you some losses. And it either was like the same result. Sometimes it was actually worse. I think the one edge it might have is it might save you from drawdown. I say might because that's no guaranteed. What if you have a loser, a genuine loser where break even couldn't save you? And then, oh, I just kissed it. Profit, sorry. Shiny penny. Oh, my system did go to break even. So the tool does it automatically at 0.9R. Did you see how close that was though? I maybe should have canceled it because the only reason is because I'm on the 1 minute chart. I don't really do the 1 minute, but whatever. It's gonna break even now, or it'll. Anyways, what if you had a loss? You're down 3%, and then you have 2 winners after that should have been winners, but because you went break even, they didn't break even. They didn't win. So you should have gained back 2%, but you didn't because they went break even. And then what if you have 2 more losses after? Now you're down 5%, but you should only be down 3. Like, I've seen that play out on an Excel sheet where I've tracked it. What is this doing right now? I don't like this. Where's the anchored VWAP? Where's that anchored VWAP? I mean, I think we should be able to get. I just need a little push. That's not a little push. But it's all good. I essentially just needed to break this low, and it hits. But then again, my break even is right up there, so. Oh, here we go. There's the buyer. Break even. But I was up 0.9R, so I was almost up 1%. But that's okay. This is kind of part of watching the trade. Like, we experienced the fear, and then we got kind of jacked that we're going to hit profit, and then just for the market to go, just kidding. But, oh my gosh, look at that move. Might have saved us from a loss. We'll see. Yeah, and so like, and taking profits too, like, yeah, I could have took profits and been up 0.9R, which again, my brain goes on a 200K, like that was $1,800 on a 200K. I've had challenges, prop challenges, where I would manage the trade and like take profits early, and I've done the math and was like, I would have been passed by now if I just let all the profits hit, but I didn't. I managed the trade and ate away at my profits. But anyways, I mean, it's safe to say this idea worked. We just didn't quite get there. Like, I got in best I could at the bottom of this candle. Oh, I had my math wrong, or my tool was set wrong. Stop just above the top. And actually on TradingView it shows we won, but just there can be slippage on the prop runs, right? Partials, and I don't like that. Yeah, dude, same thing, man. B4Z0X, I agree 100%. But then it's funny, some people it works good for them. I've seen some channels out there and I watched them live trade and I'm like, whoa, it worked for them. Look at this also cluster of look at this. Not only could you got a 1-to-1 from this one, boop, depending on slippage, right? And here, look at them though, like the ideas work. This one just didn't get to where we needed to go. I mean, it shows it on TradingView. That gets a little tricky because it showed we were good on TradingView, but not on MT4. So there is slippage involved and all that fun stuff. But what would really mess with me if we had another one there, and you might see me on stream break my rules. I got break even, so I didn't lose 1%. I'm flush right now, so I'm like, hey, I could take one more trade. But this becomes a personal preference, and I know I like kind of shouldn't. If that was red, I'd be tempted. If we had another one follow through up there and then red, that'd be awesome. This is like what yesterday looked like. We're just hanging out in the weeds. What time is it? 7:11. I also have like a 7:30 cutoff latest. I got 2 young kids that I gotta go help get ready for school. And anyone use MT4 out there? Or 5? Do you have a risk tool like this? I highly recommend it. I don't really know how I would trade properly on it without it. Just adjust my position sizing in real time. Follows it. It's legit. Well, good thing we weren't tempted by this green wick. I'm telling you, if the color closes in favor, it helps. I'd have to see something I really like to jump back in. I did take my one trade, and the break even. I'd have to write this down in my notes. What if it goes break even? Do I get another trade? I'd have to write that out, and I don't really have that concluded. I should switch back to the 6K account. That one's live. I just got that second payout. I don't know if anyone's here that was on the past streams, but I was waiting for my other account to get to the payout so I don't lose it. And I just did that yesterday, so I could switch back to my other one. Dude, it's early. Where are you guys all from? This is early for me. What a choppy day. Look at this, eh? One-minute trader has a breakout of the 5-minute range. This is not me. I'm just trying to think of what people would be thinking. What prop firm do you trade with? Funded Next, bro. I really like them. I've had them for... I'm just pulling up a link. I've traded with them for a couple years now. Wait, I'm trying to find my... Where is that? Just throw it in the comments for kicks and giggles if you want. That's the link, but I also have a discount code, I think, that works. They're awesome. I know I've sent a link, so it's like, oh, he's biased. No, I've used them for like 2 years. I could go show you all my accounts, but I don't want to show you how many I've blown over the years. So, no, they're awesome, dude. They just recently added futures, but I'm just sticking with what I'm comfortable with. I use the CFD, like the Forex version, What's cool about them, just your startup cost is so low. You can get a 6K. You can get a 6K for $59 US. Is bomb. You can go up to a 200K. 200K. Yeah, dude, they're awesome. 59 bucks you can start. Okay, here's what's massively different about these guys. I haven't come across many prop firms that offer you a bonus. Check this out. I like to use the big numbers just because they're fun to talk about. But let's see if something's happened on the trades now. So you pay your fee of $1,000 US. Or my code gets you some kind of discount, but whatever. If you pass this account, I am not telling anyone to do this, I'm just letting you know. If you pass this account and hit your first payout, I think of 5%, not only do they refund your fee, when you hit 10, they just changed this rule to 10% now, unfortunately. Once you hit 10%, which is a lot on a live account, you get a bonus of $3,900, which is 15% profit share from the challenge phase. I won't bore you with the math, but refunded, now you're risk-free, and you just made almost 4R on your money just in the bonus, let alone the profits you'll make off of this. If you hit 10% on this, you made 20 grand. So you paid 1,000. If 10%, you make 20 plus 4 refunded. It's insane. The math's all the same, but just smaller entry fee, smaller bonus. They're awesome. None of these drawdown rules that are like it's just 5% from the initial balance. It's not a trailing drawdown where you go up 5 grand and they go, oh, now 5% drawdown from that number, you're gonna get stopped out, blow your account. I hate that. They have all different versions, but Stellar 2-step is my. You could use Stellar instead of doing 8 and 5%. If you go 1 step, it's just 10%, I believe. But your drawdown's smaller. You only have a 6% drawdown. When I get my live account, I want a 10% drawdown, so I chose that one. Yeah, they're awesome. What about you guys? Who do you trade with? Look at this. The 1-minute breakout trader's getting a profit. Hitting some levels here, up here. Yeah, look at that. $7.18. Almost time to shut her down. Yeah, thanks again for joining, crew. It's awesome. It's fun to see the stream grow. It's not fun streaming to nobody. It's the worst. Plus, if people go back and watch the stream, nothing's happening because I'm not talking to myself. Okay, I think this zone's officially done, even though we're like pretty much done trading. I don't need that on there anymore. I don't know why I'm still here. I think subconsciously I'm hoping for some wicked setup that's undeniable to take. I'll check them out, bro. I've been on Alpha Capital Group 10K account for a month now, approaching my 3rd pair. Dude, let's freaking go. 3rd payout. Good for you, man. Dude, that's like the amount of traders who make it into past the challenges and then make it to their first payout and the second payout, like the stats get smaller and smaller and smaller. Approaching me. Just looking at your past comments again. So, do you use like support and resistance? I like to move my SL, cool, with an EMA, so probably like what, an 8, 9, or 13? Like something small? And yeah, is it just mainly support and resistance? Gotta learn from each other, man. And if you don't mind me asking, dude, what results do you get roughly then? Like 60%, like what win rate and risk to reward ratio. I'd be really curious. And then if it's really strong, I should just hand the channel over to you. No, man, we're all on our own journey. Ooh, I like this candle. I like this candle off that level. No, I need 2 of them though to hit my tweezers. You know, sometimes I've considered loosening up the reins a little bit, because I will see things on the chart so many times that if I was just like a wild west free trader, if you will, didn't worry anything about the downside, which I know is not real, but used a healthy risk percentage and could take things I see, like, and like maybe manage the trade, and like there's just a lot, man. I'll see reactions to these levels. I'll see these things play out on the 1 minute, and I go, man, but it's not a part of my playbook, so I don't take them. But I'm close to getting rid of the anchored VWAP. I was seeing things that I think once it fully plays out and I saw something like this, it adds confirmation to like taking support here, then I see it reject the anchored VWAP, cool. And sometimes it just goes in and out of it, and sometimes it really respects it. So you still wouldn't have got a signal on the 5-minute opening range breakout. And that's why I like to add tweezers into it. And it's funny, remember I showed these triple, go rewind the stream later, I talked about these 3 wicks on the bottom when Vic was asking. And I said, wow, I don't like that one, the wicks are too small. Maybe I should add this to my back testing. I don't know if I take that on my back testing. I can't remember. Like, it's there. I don't know how to explain it. I just wish the wick was a little bit bigger. I don't like this wick here. Then again, this is a good short one, and then this engulf candle just dominated it, which probably fakes out a lot of people. But this one would have worked. Good old tweezers. And if you counted this one as a tweezer, so did that one. You know what? The longer I'm in front of the screen, this is where you start to pick up on things. And one day I might be, in a month from now, I'm just trading tweezers. That's it. 5-minute time frame. That's it. I don't know though. It'll evolve over time. Again, I still love this idea. But unfortunately, and here's what's interesting. Originally, oh no, it's almost the same. You could have got a slightly better entry if you used this candle. But I used this bottom candle here. And it's funny that the backtesting shows it worked. But I guess there was that much slippage. It's crazy. Okay, folks, I'm hitting my time where I'm going to go help with the fam, get these kiddos ready for school. Any other questions, comments, or concerns? I am jacked with the participation. I appreciate you joining and interacting. I hope there was some form of value added. And that's it, man. Vic, B4Z, thank you. Thank you for joining. Got a 54%. I'm just reading B4Z. 54 Wednesday across 166. I have a set point risk and lot size. Okay. I feel like my aggressive approach could be hindering my results. I look forward to learning more from you, or learning from me what you don't want to do. You'll find out, man. Because you're on your third payout. Love it, Brand. Crushing it. Crushing it. Okay. On the accounts you have blown, why do you think they've blown? This is the last question. I'm really curious. I know my answer. On the accounts you have blown, why did they blow? Was it because the strategy was bad? For me, the answer is no. It was always a skew in the risk management. I was supposed to lose 1% today. Instead, I lost 2 or 3 or 4. I would do things really bad. I would move stop losses. I would cancel stop losses. I would double down on a losing position. Like I did this stuff. Boredom every time I didn't have a plan. Interesting. Okay, that's massive too. So I would have points where I have the plan, but I wouldn't stick to it. There's a lack of discipline. And I don't know how it's actually a horrible position to be in. Like to not know how do you fix discipline? Well, you need discipline. Yeah, but how do I become disciplined? By being disciplined. Yeah, but how? Like, it's so hard, dude. Adding the losings, yeah, dude, 100%. All the time for me. It's the worst position to be in. It's hard. Yeah, it's really hard to get out of that stage. And if any of the other chaps on this are in that, try shutting her down. Try placing your trade and shutting it down, like right away. Don't watch it. I know you want to watch it, but that's a clue that maybe you shouldn't be watching it. And see what happens. Set a timer on your phone or an alert that you're allowed to check the result an hour or two later when you're like at your day job or you're doing something else and you're totally removed from the situation, and see how you do. And if you're trading like MT4 on your phone, that can be a problem too. Like what if you check the result in a couple hours and you're ticked off at the result, and then you're like, screw this, and you go place a position on your phone. That's an issue too, right? But that's my advice. Everyone's in a different stage of life though. For me, I don't have MT4 on my phone. I do not trade on my phone. I'm at the desk. I place the trade. The idea setup is to shut it down, which if you watch my last few streams, that's what I do. I just shut it down and we're looking at a blank screen. Or we'll do back testing and we'll just talk trading. And I check the result later in the day. Win or loss, I'm removed from the situation. Okay. With that, peace out. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. Star of the chat was B4Z0X. But Vic and Ali, I also appreciate your interaction.